The level of care for seafood in Japan is so high that it astonishes any chef from any country. The seasonality excites me because every time I come here, I see so many kinds of fish that I may not see at a different time of the year. I come here just to walk and get awed. All the sleepiness goes away. The sight of many tempting morsels is always an inspiring sight. I learnt about fish of the world in Japanese cuisine from the folks at Tsukiji. And for this, I'm always thankful and respectful when I walk around. Sushi is probably the most famous and sought after Japanese cuisine. In Japan, one does not go to a Japanese restaurant to eat sushi. One would go to a sushi restaurant. Sushi is a cuisine that has been confused to be anything rolled. It's not. It's more delicate, deep, and downright religious to me. Every Japan journey I make would entail at least one sushi pilgrimage. And this time, I bring you to such a shrine in Tokyo.
We are here at this restaurant that my family has been coming for the last 40 years. And we're going to see what we're going to have and enjoy real sushi. すみません、おつまみをちょっともらえますか？マグロを中心に。We are here today at Kinchan, a restaurant that my family has been here for the last 40 years. He's been making me sushi since I was 2. His father and my father were very close friends, and the relationship of a sushi restaurant and the patrons who come here goes beyond generations. Real sushi restaurant does not have menus. The menu is in front of you and you would just go with what you want to have. In a sushi restaurant, the best seat is at the counter. This is where you see what's available. This is where you have the conversation with the person who's making it for you. I just got presented with a beautiful plate of tuna sashimi, and we're going to have some, and I want to show you how it's eaten. Soy sauce for sashimi, you don't use a lot, just very little. And you use soy sauce to add the saltiness to the sashimi, and you're not trying to taste the soy sauce, so don't use too much. Wasabi, correctly done, should not be mixed into the soy sauce. You would take a piece of fish, leave it on the side, and just put a pinch of wasabi on top. This is the correct way of eating, and I'm going to start with the least fatty one because I want to save the fatty ones for the end. So today's tuna is from 100 kilo tuna, and I'm going to bite into the medium level of fatty tuna. Soft, delicate, rich. My favorite piece of fish here. When I was a kid, I had eaten from right side of the counter all the way down there. And my dad nearly killed me for eating so much. But my all-time favorite is otoro. The flower of shiso, in English is perilla leaf. That's the perilla leaf, these are the flowers. And I'm just going to put the flowers in the soy sauce. And then it gives it beautiful aromatic minty flavor, not as strong as after you had a great appetizer here, sometimes they would just bring out some beautiful grilled dishes. But today I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go into the ricey stuff. Sushi is served at the end. That's the end of your meal. Anything that is with vinegared rice is called sushi. I've been just looking at what they have today, and I'm going to order some uni, sea urchin, some aji, which is mackerel, some ikura, salmon roe, and my favorite fatty tuna, otoro. Sushi eaten properly, correctly, is with your fingers and not with chopsticks. In my restaurant, I try to tell everyone, and they're surprised that it's so. And I'm going to start with my favorite. I'm going to pick it up with my fingers, and you're tasting the fish and not the rice. And the soy sauce has to go on the fish. So you would take it and just dip it in soy sauce upside down, and you would actually eat it upside down so that your palate tastes the fish and not the rice. Wonderful. This is a very, very important thing in a sushi restaurant. It should be white, it should be unscented, it's a wet towel. And you would wipe your hands on this towel after you eat one piece. Followed by gari. This is pickled ginger. You would take a few pieces and you'd eat this to cleanse your palate and prepare yourself for the next piece of sushi. Next, I'm going to have my sea urchin. This one can be a bit tricky because if you tip this upside down, the sea urchin can fall. So the trick to this is take some gari, a little bit of soy sauce, there you go, and then you would eat it. It's hard to tip that one onto your tongue, but inside your mouth you would actually squash it down so that the sea urchin comes and creams your tongue, kind of thing. Wow, that's totally indescribable. I'm going to get a hand roll of kampyo, which is a simmered gourd, and it's one of my favorites in here. And they put a tiny little bit of wasabi in there, I mean real wasabi, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sushi roll to have. The reason it's cut into 4 is because unlike tekkamaki, which is cut into 6, it's brown in color, and traditionally brown in color sushi could imply color change tuna. So when it's cut into 4, everyone knows it's not tuna. The only difference between this today and what I had as a child was, because I'm an adult now, there's wasabi in it. As a kid, we don't get served wasabi until we're about 14, 15. Kyowa. Today's miso soup is a freshwater clam, small one, that tiny. Miso soup or owamono in a sushi restaurant is the last dish you would have. It's going to soothe you down, it's going to fill any little gaps that you have left in your stomach, and it's every day, it's a different stock that they use, and it's nice to find different things every time I come here. I hope you enjoyed what I showed about what a real sushi restaurant is, and maybe one day we could bring you over here.